Where I'm from, just a mile away, you can talk to Satan. The mass population stuck in poverty, forsaken. The whole motherland shaken. Riches and sin for the taking, the food for the nation. Suggest we build a good federation. I bring the hood information about where I'm from, where niggas ain't scared of confrontation. Africa, till this day we ain't win.
Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists who have low subscribers and low views, as well as talented artists from around the world. Now, I have no idea or the reason why they have low subscribers and low views, but I'm going to bring it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. Now, continuing on with hip-hop from around the world, we are now in Africa. I'm going to react to another of Kao Denero tracks called Welcome to Africa. This has been an overwhelming demand from my subscribers in me checking out who Kao Denero is. And so far, what I've gathered and what I've, from my own personal experience, not from anybody that's sort of like telling me this is how he is and this is who he is, because I have overwhelming responses of Kao Denero, the king, Kao Denero, the Speaker of Africa, Kao Denero, the Master of Ceremony. He has got a massive respect in Africa, and for an OG, I don't like the word using the word OG. I give respect where respect is due, yeah. But for me, OG is somebody that's had their stripes and now is out of the game and now looking at the young'uns. And Kao Denero is not out of the game by any means. He's not out of the game. He's still making tracks. He's still representing. So yes, he's more than an OG. Yeah, do you understand? In America, OG is a rapper that no longer is rap. Like, for instance, Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is an OG. You don't hear him rap no more. You see him do various appearances, but he doesn't rap no more. Snoop Dogg is an OG, you know. Mr. Denero, like I said, he's an OG, but he's still grinding. He's still working. He still has more to say. He has a hell of a lot more to say. He hasn't run out, and I don't think he's ever gonna run out. But what I've gathered is this: there is time. Time is, you can't stop time, yeah? So when you started from here and you continue, there's always going to be other artists that's coming in as you're still going on. And they're going to represent new age, yeah? Look, I'm not taking nothing away from Kao Denero. If, for instance, okay, if say that he's rapping and he's a granddad, are you going to still call him the king? Especially when there's young pups that's creating styles in hip hop. There's only for so long that you can call somebody a king, because a king always gets dethroned and a new king comes apart. That's a part of progression. I can't always stay the same way I am. Well, I can always stay the same way I am, but there's going to be someone at some point that's going to replace me. I can't live on forever. All I can do is put my carbon footprint on this world for people to remember me by. And this is the thing, it's the remembrance of what Kao Denero has, what he represents, what he has created, the accolade and the establishments that he has done, not only for himself, but for Africa in itself. He has spoke the truth on so many different kind of levels. And I have listened to his words and listened to his craft. And like I said, he reminds me of the 90s hip-hop artists in America when lyrics were lyrics. When you say something, you listened. When you said something, it was heartfelt, because it was almost like he was talking about you. It was almost like he was talking about us. That's representing to the fullest. And I respect Kao Denero because he hasn't stemmed away from representing. He's still screaming out that, look, my people are still hungry. My people still want. And he hasn't shied away from that. Every video that I've seen so far, he is in his hometown. He's surrounded by people that are trying to make it in this world, trying to establish themselves in this world. And he raps about them, he raps with them. He's making sure that he's representing for the people. Now, I've seen the young artists. And I'm not saying that they're not representing for the people, but what they're saying, it's almost like they're representing for themselves. They are a design of new age. They're the ones that are going to be driving around in their Lamborghini or their Ferrari, or have absolutely fantastic, beautiful women, beautiful African women in their videos, and portraying it and showing that, look, hey, Africa's on the up. Africa's on the up, and we're not putting our hands out and asking for, oh, can you help me? We're helping ourselves, because the help that we're getting from you guys, from the outside world, is not good enough. It's not good enough. So we're doing it ourselves. You can say, clap hands and say, oh, brilliant, oh, lovely, oh, look what you're doing, but you walk away and that's all you're getting. You leave us to it. You always come, smile and leave. You don't do nothing else. So we're going to do this for ourselves. And that's what I believe that the new modern hip hop is portraying. We're doing this for ourselves. I'm not saying that Kao Denero is not saying that. He's more of like, look what we've got. Look where we are. And you saying that you're helping us? You're not helping us. We're still struggling for food. We're still struggling for equality within the ranks of what we definitely deserve. You know, Sierra Leone is a rich country, but poor outcome. And even though that's happening, they're still grinding. They're still trying to get themselves out from the mud. And Kao represents the struggle, the hardship, and we're going to get ourselves out of this. I'm not going to leave. I'm leading the way. And you can put your hands on my shoulder. What if you haven't got the strength to pull yourself out? Put your hands on my shoulder, and I help pull you out. You know. The other new age rappers, and there's many OGs like that. Kao Denero is not the only OG. Certainly Sakurday is definitely one of those. I understand that Sakurday is it's the second highest accolade for MTV Awards. This person that's higher than him is Eminem. The person that's higher than collective accolade from MTV is Eminem. Second to that is Sakurday. He's done a hell of a lot. For people in Ghana, and Kao is, I believe, it is the same thing. I'm not taking away from any other artists out there, but what I'm saying is that where it comes to, I don't believe these Kao or Sakurday, they don't put themselves first. They think about others before they think about themselves. Does that make sense? Where the new age rapper is about identity. Hey, this is me. Hey, this is what I'm about. Hey, you know, my rap's about this, my blah blah's about that. And so I'm going to show you the lifestyle. So this is what I'm getting so far. I know there's much more to learn and to understand. But I believe I'm getting there. Now, without further ado, let's go straight to Welcome to Africa. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. So you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good audio music. Can you dig it?
Raise the voices, keep on singing to the drums of Africa, Africa.
You're all welcome,
Africa, Africa,
to the place where I'm from.
Africa, Africa,
You're all welcome,
Africa, Africa,
to the place where I'm from.
Yeah. So much sufferation, frustration, agitation due to amputation. Less education, little kids carrying ammunition. Stress derived from colonial occupation. Political selfishness all around to stock the nations. Diamonds, sour gold, shipped away by tough Caucasians. Where I'm from, just a mile away, you can talk to Satan. The mass population stuck in poverty, forsaken. The whole motherland shaken. Riches and sin for the taking, the food for the nation. Suggest we build a good federation. I bring the hood information about where I'm from, and niggas niggas ain't scared of confrontation. Africa, till this day we ain't win. The first world countries, my friend, we ain't in. Only place to see us in is news time on CNN. So I cry in disgrace with kids who fly in their face. Though I try and embrace, my question is why is this place so full of misery? From the days of slavery, I come there full as easily. Now my people is dying of AIDS just like Easy-E. Plenty things I ain't even announced yet. So many niggas from where I'm from, you send back like a bounce check, your crew is wasted. Back home voodoo is basic, they do you hatred. Take all you possess and leave you naked. This just stories that explained by the place where I'm from. Where the sun shines forever, it's called Africa, son.
You're all welcome,
Africa, Africa,
to the place where I'm from.
Africa, Africa,
you're all welcome,
Africa, Africa,
to the place where I'm from.
Africa, Africa, yeah. Where I'm from, kids younger 7 is busting. So take heavy precautions before you get sent to heaven with coffin. The pastor or sinner, the blast you're a winner. Everybody's starving, no time for like breakfast or dinner. The future is stacked and split you apart because of the shit you attack. Black magic man, leave you laying flat. The president's a slain, evil elements remain. There's no hiding, embezzlements is plain. Leave the residents in shame. From right next to Liberia, where the white next to superior. Shoot more, fight less, man, inferior. Similar to the movie shots. I'm from the place you joke about, laugh about, and call us booty scratchers. But like Jim Jones, I'm a goofy smacker, Black Leo Mafia. All about the green paper, my crew be after. Where I'm from, the roads is not paved, the courts are not made. Everybody's suffering, but yet devote to a trade. I'm from the motherland, it's not a shame. The same place you get them stones, the light you chain. Despite the fame, I like the game. And I'm so dope on the microphone like white cocaine. You claim we talk funny from Africa, better than a lot of niggas. You like a bill on the mic, you suck money, stuff sonny. Before we blast your frame, we ask no names. Just pull out the thing and blast you lames. What?
You're all welcome,
Yeah, you all welcome, man. You know what I'm saying? Sierra Leone, I represent to my bones, man. Word up.
you're all welcome,
3 times most wanted. Kao Denero, 2006.
to the place where I'm from.
Shout out to all my peoples out there, man. All my peoples out there in Ghana. You know what I mean? In Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Senegal, Guinea. You know what I mean? All around. Tanzania. Yeah. Kao Denero rapping this for life. You all welcome.
So that was Kao Denero with Welcome to Africa. It didn't disappoint me. Do you understand what I was saying before earlier? He represents a lot more than just... What I get from him is this. If somebody said to him, Kao, look, I'm going to give you this stupid amount of money to do this. If it weren't suited or is going to aid where he comes from and the people where he is coming from, he won't take it. Whereas other rappers will do. And let me show you something that also what I've also found out as well. What I'm correct me if I'm wrong. Reason why I say that he's representing more of Africa, because he's not losing his tone, so to speak. Yes, there is a little essence of an American accent, but you can also hear the African strong accent in there. And I'm not talking about only this track, I'm talking about multiple of his other tracks. You hear his African accent coming from. Whereas if I was to compare it, for instance, to Calligraph Jones, I would never have known that he was African. Because when he raps in English, for me and the rest of the world to understand, it's American accent. It is so American. I don't hear a single ounce of a Ghanaian accent in there. Only when he starts speaking Tree, and then you see it. Then you know. Or, I know Calligraph is he's an amazing artist. He knows a number of languages, African languages. But I'm saying when he speaks Tree, or when he does speak it, you can hear it. But when he's speaking American, see exactly. Do you hear what I'm saying? But when he starts rapping in English, it's total American. And I don't think he's the only one that's doing that. I don't know where that's stemming from, but I can sort of like, if I was going to listen to a track where I want it to be meaningful, and a message where I have to listen to the words and come out of it with, wow, I feel so blessed and educated, where, oh wow, I didn't know that. That's what Kao Denero gives me. Wow, I didn't know that. Or wow, that's so true. Or so I can understand when he's rapping, the people who are supporting Kao Denero, they're feeling like, wow, you're talking about us, man. You're talking about us. I can feel it. You're representing. You're talking about us. I feel what you're saying because you're talking about us. And you can't help but get behind somebody who's representing you for so long. So I understand when people are saying that he deserves the accolade of some award. I don't know what award he has received, but if he hasn't received any awards, then I believe that Africa and MTV Africa has to award him the Lifetime Achievement Award. A lifetime of being in this graph, a lifetime of sticking to what is really the matter, sticking to the matter at hand. He's always rapped about the matter at hand. So far, what I'm getting, all the tracks that I've listened to, he's always rapping about the matter at hand. I'm not saying that he's a politician or anything like that, but he's not. He's just rapping about my people. I don't care about the politicians and all that stuff. I care about my brother next to me, where he's going to get his next food, where he's going to get his next clothes, where he's going to sleep tonight. That's what I'm getting from Kao and the likes of Kao and Sakwede. But the new age rappers, I don't think they I'm not saying that they don't care about that, but I'm just saying that it's not at the forefront of their list of things to portray in their rap. It's more about, look, don't think that Africa still lives in straw houses and huts. We don't. You know, we're representing, and look at me, look at my swagger, look how I am, you know. It's more about, that's where the new, and you're going to get more and more and more and more of that as the years and times go by. And what's going to happen as you're getting more and more of that, the likes of Kao Denero is going to be like slowly disintegrating and just have a memory of, do you remember the days of, because that's what you get over in America. Like, you've got some of these fantastic hip hop artists, but none of them are like your KRS-One, your Public Enemy, your Big Daddy Kane, your Biz Markie, your Humpty Dumpty, you know. And there's so many of that era when hip hop was hip hop, and then there was a different era of your NWA style. Also, Ice-T. Ice-T is definitely an OG when rap was about rap. But you can slowly see, if I had to put down in the place of where Africa is, where it comes with the hip hop, and and put in a comparison where America is with where the hip hop, I just hope that in 10 years' time, Africa is not where America is, where the hip hop is, because it's been diluted so much, and you can rap about anything and anything as long as it's got a tasty beat and you're jumping up and down. You're not really caring about the lyrics. It's more about the track and repetitive words. We don't want that. What we want is the hip hop is about the people. The hip hop that singing for the persons or the people that haven't got a voice. Because that's where hip hop started for. It was about rapping about things and backing up people who haven't got the voice. Rapping was about the police brutality, the way how white people treated black people in America. It was more about heartfelt of like, we're not getting any fair justice, you know. And look where it is now. You could rap about ice poles and ice lollies and silly, stupid things like that, and it's making hits. You know, you've got young teenagers that don't really care about where, or care or understand how hip hop is and where hip hop's come from. And they'll just like la-di-da-di-da kind of hip hop, and people are going crazy over it. So I just hope that Africa keeps, this is what I'm talking about, why I love India and Bollywood, because they haven't stepped out of India. They kept it in. And now the industry is bigger than Hollywood. People now coming over to India to experience, rather than India going over to other countries to express what they're doing. They kept it 100 to themselves. They said, I don't care what the rest of the world thinks about our music. I don't care what the rest of the world thinks about our videos and our films. This is ours. And we're keeping this. And we're not going to dilute it. And they haven't. And they kept it real. Check out the Indian hip hop on my homepage. Right, it's in the category of hip hop. You got English, you got UK hip hop, you got American hip hop, you got African hip hop, you got German hip hop, Ukrainian hip hop, and then you got other hip hop. Please check it out, and then you see where I'm coming from regarding this. He is an amazing artist, but what I'm feeling is that as the years are going by, when we get into 2021, 2022, 2023, I believe the people is going to slowly not recognize what he stood for and what his craft was and what he was fighting for. Yeah, in his rap, the injustice of his people in the rap, and what needs to be, and how we need to help them. I don't want that to be disintegrated or slowly diluted to the likes of the modern rap, where it's going to be, oh, look at my swagger, oh, look at this, or you know, my bars are this, and all that kind of stuff, because everybody else is doing that, you know. And I feel that there's a hell of a lot of rappers over in Africa that has a lot to say, and all they have to do is to carry the flag by just taking some ingredients from what Kao Denero is doing. Don't let him be the last person to rap about heartfelt things. Don't let him be the last one. There has to be someone to champion him, to carry the reins on, carry the torch on. He can't be the last one. And this is how I'm looking at it when I'm looking at these various other artists from Africa. There's no one like Kao Denero. There's no one spitting the truth like the way how he's doing. And there's only for a matter of time. He like I said, time is the master. Because when Kao Denero reaches, you know, a certain age where he says, right, okay, where's my next protege? Who's going to hold the reins for me? And he's looking around and he can't see anybody because everybody's too busy. And, oh, look at my trainers, look at my shoes, look at the girls that I've got, look at the money I'm flashing, you know, and all that. It's going to be, and it happened over in America too. For the period of the 1980s to the 1990s, there was strong backing of the people. So much it scared the police, it scared the politicians. And then something had to be done about that. And somehow, I don't know what happened, but it created a different kind of hip hop where it's bragging rights of hip hop. And now look where American hip hop is now. You got the likes of Eminem talking about, I don't know what he talks about. Everybody loves him. I like Eminem, don't get me wrong. But is he talking about the same things of like people struggle, American struggle? No. Who is? Name me one American hip hop artist right back now that's still being consistent with only rapping about the struggle of, I wouldn't say a race of black people because, you know, it's more, it's a race, it's not a race struggle. Race is no more over in America, even though you got the Black Lives Matters and all that kind of stuff, because hip hop is no longer a black cultural influence, it's spread out. They opened up their arms and just gave it out to everybody without any kind of control, like the way how the Indians have, and especially the Punjabi culture, who have taken this and make sure that it's not spreading out, that nobody else is going to have the accolade and the rewards set for the Indian people. Everybody around the world has some part to do with hip hop. If the black culture held hip hop, I don't believe there will be any kind of poverty or black poverty, because hip hop is a multi-billion-pound industry that's controlled by people who are not black. I don't want that to happen to Africa. And somehow, I just hope that the artists stay true, communicate with each other, no beef and all that stuff, and say how we're going to control this and make sure that this is ours. So we can, and the people of Africa can benefit from this. They need to go back to Kao and just sit down with him and just pick his brains and just you know, he should be. I believe that he should be a mentor of many people, just keeping everybody in their graph. If he sees any hip hop artist rapping about that, he should be the first person to phone them up and say, "Hey, stop rapping about that and talk about our people." You know, for that reason, sir, I salute you. Great track.
Where I'm from, kids younger 7 is bustin', so take heavy precautions before you get sent to heaven with cuffin'. The pastor or sinner, the blast you're a winner. Everybody starving, no time for like breakfast or dinner. The future is stacked and split you apart. Be cautious of the shit you attack. Black magic man, leave your lane flat. The presidents are slain, evil elements remain. There's no hiding, embezzlements is plain. Leave the residents in shame. From right next to Liberia, where the white next to superior. Shoot more, fight less, man, inferior. Similar to the movie shot. I'm from the place you joke about, laugh about, and call us booty scratchers. But like Jim Jones, I'm a goofy smacker, Black Leo Mafia. All about the green paper my crew be after. Where I'm from, the roads is not paved, the courts are not made.